far, I mean, both these guys they're laughing, having a good time. They're buddies, so hopefully the injury's not too serious, nothing too crazy.
So have you ever had this happen to you in a match, Liz, where something of that nature has happened and you've had to think about, oh, what do I do here? Do I battle on, or do I, look at the longer term and think, oh, maybe I need to pull the plug?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I've been lucky enough not to have too many injuries so far.
Touch wood.
I know, in tennis or pickleball. But I think I've, definitely have had to make the decision, okay, like maybe it's better not to play. If you're not feeling 100, sometimes it's not worth it. But it looks like, Chan's going to be taking a 15-minute medical timeout. Hopefully get it taped up. But yeah, it's not fun to make it too, far in a draw and then have to pull out. So I bet he wants to play.
Double check.
Particularly for these guys, they've, like yourself, flown all this way to the beautiful Gold Coast. I must say, we have turned it on for you.
It's beautiful. No, it is. The weather couldn't be better.
And then, for something like this to happen it's just heartbreaking. So, it's hard to see what's going to happen here.
Yeah, and Marcel's also going to be competing for the Surge, is that right? MLP team. So too, I think that's probably something also running through his mind is, putting, making sure he's healthy for that as well, for the team events. So hopefully he can solve it out.
Yeah, so a lot of things will be running through his mind at this point in time. So he's getting some attention courtside now. So speaking of which, I mean, let's have a look. Don't mind me looking at my phone here, but in other semi-final action coming up, we've got Mitchell Hargreaves up against Leander Lazaro.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for all of these players to get to the semi-finals, they've killed some big names along the way.
Absolutely.
Absolute giant killers to make it this far. And so Leander Lazaro will play Mitchell Hargreaves. So Mitchell Hargreaves, of course, the Aussie superstar.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Have you seen much of him? Because he's played a few PPA events over in the USA.
Yeah, he was actually playing with one of my friends, Alex Walker, in mixed. I think that was in, one of the California tournaments. And, I was able to watch their matches. And, he has a great energy on court. Obviously, a very strong player. So I could be wrong. I think singles might be one of his specialties as well. So that's going to be a great match following this one.
Absolutely. Now, I do have an interesting fact, Liz, on Mitchell Hargreaves. Did you know he's a body double in movies?
No, I didn't know that. That's really cool.
Yeah,
okay.
So I think I've forgotten the name of the movie, but there was a movie shot in Sydney about a year ago.
Okay.
And it was recently released, starring Ryan Gosling.
Oh, wow.
So he was like the body double for Ryan Gosling.
That's a pretty cool gig.
Yeah,
I mean, not many people can say, not really anyone can say they've done that, That's pretty awesome.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, to play pro pickleball and be dominating, pro pickleball and then be able to be a side double for Ryan Gosling. That's pretty great. Best of both worlds there. It's like a pickleball movie star.
Exactly. Like if you're ever to make a pickleball movie, he could literally be in it. He could be one of the stars.
Absolutely.
He could play himself.
True. You would have to be in that movie as well.
I was going to say, who would you get to play you, Liz?
Oh.
If there was a pickleball movie.
There was a pickleball movie.
Yeah.
It's a great question.
Who would you like to play you?
One of my favorite players is Vivian David.
Oh,
and she always has a huge smile on her face, and she's so good. I would want her to be my be my player. How about you?
It's so funny. Like, I know Vivian David's father, Jan, and I was friends with Jan before I knew he was his she was his daughter.
Okay, yes.
So I used to rave about, this gal in the PPA. She's my favourite player. Her defence is off the charts. And then I find out it's his daughter.
That's
it's like
awesome,
ridiculous. So
yeah, that's too funny.
So funny. And Marcel still getting attention courtside.
Yeah, we have a trainer, looks like working on his, I think it might be his left leg there.
Oh, so I completely missed it.
Well, there was a limp. It was either one. There was a limp somewhere, you
It
know.
was 50% chance.
Yeah, looks like he's just getting massaged out.
So very lucky here at the Royal Pines Resort here on the Gold Coast. Beautiful facilities, great staff, really well organised event.
Yeah, absolutely. My first PPA in Australia, and it's been really a great time so far. So yeah, no complaints.
Now, you were telling me earlier about your experience to the Currumbin Wildlife Sanctuary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that was amazing.
So maybe tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, I walked in. I think I spent like almost 2 hours there. Like I was just walking around. I got to see a koala for the first time.
Did you go by yourself?
I did. Yes,
Oh,
I love
should've
solo
called
traveling. I know, next time. No, it was really nice. It was fun. I saw koala. Got to pet some kangaroos, and yeah, it was a great time.
Now,
It was a great time.
You mentioned to me before you were a little bit standoffish with the koalas because you'd seen a few of those boxing kangaroo videos.
Oh, the kangaroos. Yeah, exactly. I know. I've heard stories about kangaroos like being a little aggressive. So I was like, all right, I'm going to keep my distance. But as soon as I saw like a 5-year-old walk over to, I was like, okay, like Liz, you need to chill.
They can do it. I can.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, a 5-year-old can do it, Liz. Like, come on now. But have you gone to the wildlife sanctuary?
Oh, yeah, so I used to live in Currumbin.
Okay.
So I used to live in a few places on the Gold Coast. Ended up in Talai, which is beautiful as
Oh,
well.
wow. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so like the wildlife sanctuary is just, it's a great facility. They do amazing work. Like there's a
Yes.
wildlife hospital there where they nurse injured koalas and rehabilitate them. So it's a really fantastic facility.
Absolutely.
And then I think you mentioned you've already tried out the beautiful Gold Coast beaches as well.
Yes. I went to Main Beach and Burleigh Beach.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I mean, that's one of my favorite things about traveling to these sites is just experiencing the nature. And when there's beaches nearby, it's so hard to stay away. So, yeah, it's honestly Gold Coast. This is such a beautiful place to be, especially for playing pickleball.
Oh, yeah. So what time of day did you go to Burleigh? Was it sort of in the evening when the lorikeets were nesting in the trees?
So I actually went when I first flew in. George Wall, my captain and teammate, he picked me up.
You up?
Yeah,
Oh,
such a great
what
dude.
Sweetheart.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He was like, all right, I'll show you around to the major spots. So we went to Burleigh, just walked around and saw some people surfing. It was awesome. I think it was like the morning-ish time, like almost afternoon. So
The big question is, were your eyes hanging out of your head? Because you literally got off the plane, playing in Utah last weekend and then coming straight here. It's like it's been like a finish to a start on a plane.
yeah.
You must be exhausted.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't done a big trip like this in a while, so I kind of was like, I need to give myself some days to just adjust. Why I didn't, participate in the singles event today. Normally, it's my favorite event to play, so I was like, who knows with the jet lag what's going to happen. So, but luckily, yeah, yesterday I felt a lot better and adjusted. The time change is funky. I'm sure
yeah.
you know from traveling, but yeah, it's. I think the nice weather is helping a lot. It's easier to kind of get adjusted. So it looks like we might have had a pull out by Marcel. Let's wait to see from...
He's up off the ground. But
we did.
Looks
so
like it's a retirement.
yeah,
That's unfortunate.
Unfortunately.
So, with that in mind, we'll come back very soon to the PPA Tour event here on the Gold Coast very soon with the second semi-final between Mitchell Hargraves and Leander Lazaro. It's an unfortunate way to finish semi-final number one, and we just hope Marcel, whatever the injury is, we hope he recovers fast.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's not a great way to end. But we'll be back with
We will
more
be.
action very soon, so don't go too far away.